Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals Music is here because we're fiercely independent. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot. We've always been there, and it's always just been a phone call away.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
All right, we made it to 5 o'clock here on this Friday afternoon and the start of the weekend for most of us here. Partly cloudy skies across the Tennessee Valley. Here's a live look at the Arctic Air Skycam Network. Starting in Columbia, Tennessee, this is courtesy of our friends at the Murray County E911 Center. You see partly cloudy skies here. Just a few of our puffy fair weather cumulus clouds floating around. Otherwise, sunshine and blue skies out there. 91 degrees currently, with the dew point coming in at 73 and a southeast wind at 3 miles per hour. Slide down into northwest Alabama. This is a Cherokee, 86 degrees here currently with a dew point of 75. There have been a few showers coming through the area this afternoon, so that's why temperatures a little lower here. They've had more cloud cover and a few rain showers working through. Southeast wind currently at 4 miles per hour. You can see some of those cumulonimbus cloud buildups here as we look back off into northeast Mississippi and up into western parts of Colbert and Lauderdale counties. But no big thunderstorms across the area today, but a few spotty thunder showers certainly, and they are currently on radar from southeastern parts of Hardin County, southwest Wayne County, down through portions of central and western Lauderdale County, south central areas of Colbert County, and then from near Russellville and west of Moulton down into portions of Winston County. These are all streaming northwestward here, and they're mainly going to stay west of I-65 and for the most part west of the Lawrenceburg area, but I can't rule out an isolated thunder shower anywhere across the area. So we head through the evening hours until about 9 or 10 o'clock. Now, south of us, there is a cluster of showers and thunderstorms we're watching near Fayette and Jasper in Alabama that's coming northwestward. Futurecast isn't handling that well, and I'll talk about that in just a second, but that may provide some more scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially for our northwest Alabama counties and our northeast Mississippi counties between now and 10 p.m., but they are fading with time, so I'm not completely sold that they're going to make it up into the viewing area. It's just a possibility that they might, so I want to bring that to your attention. So even though you don't see much here on Futurecast for the evening, there still could be some scattered showers and thunderstorms riding up into northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi, so be aware of that. Don't take the Futurecast at face value. We've talked about this several times this week. This isn't me drawing in the forecast with my own hand. This is just a computer model simulation of what it thinks the radar will look like at a certain time. But there could be some isolated thunder showers. After about 10 o'clock, though, I think most of everything settles down, regardless of whether those storms come up out of West Alabama or not. I'm not expecting anything to be severe, but just some heavy rain and lightning possible if those make it into parts of the area. Partly cloudy overnight, getting down to the low to mid-70s by daybreak here with partly cloudy skies. And then as we head into our Saturday, we warm back up into the lower 90s with partly cloudy skies and a few widely scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. Certainly possible as we get into the low to mid-90s heat index values into the lower 100s. And then we lose daytime heating, things fade away. Isolated thunder showers possible Sunday afternoon. And then more of the same for next week. We'll have the upper level heat ridge building Monday through Wednesday. We've been talking about that for the past several days, but that won't completely cut off daily rain chances. It'll just be much more isolated. But as that heat ridge builds in, we're talking about daytime highs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, mid to likely upper 90s. And there could be a few spots in North Alabama Tuesday and Wednesday that make a run at 100 or 101 for an afternoon daytime high. Cannot rule that out. But notice the heat index values Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even lingering into Thursday. Over 105 is a minimum, but especially Tuesday and Wednesday, we're talking about 110 plus. That's getting into the dangerous range, and there will likely be an extreme heat watch issued over the weekend that will likely be upgraded to a warning. We're not saying dangerous heat to hype it up or anything like that. That doesn't mean that it's rare, doesn't mean that we haven't had it before. We're not saying any of that. We see heat like this every so often, almost every single summer, but just because we see it almost every single summer does not make it any less important for you to pay attention to it and to make sure that you keep yourself and those around you healthy. Stay hydrated, take breaks if you have to be outside. Think about pets, think about the elderly and things like that as you go through next week. Just because we see this every so often, every summer, doesn't mean that it's any less dangerous. Once you get into these high heat index values like that, yes, it is dangerous, and that's not an exaggeration. Just want to make that very clear. Good news is, toward later next week, that heat starts to break down. Weather where you live for tonight, partly cloudy skies, a few widely scattered thunder showers between now and 10 p.m., especially in northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi. 1 or 2 can't be ruled out in southern middle Tennessee. Overnight lows in the low to mid 70s. We're headed for the lower 90s by the afternoon here on our Saturday with a few widely scattered thunderstorms, a few isolated daily thunder showers Sunday all the way through the middle of next week. And then notice rain chances start going up as the heat ridge breaks down next Thursday, next Friday. But I do want to draw your attention. Starting on Monday is when the heat index starts getting over 105, but especially Tuesday and Wednesday, we're talking about heat index values ranging from 108 to 113, putting it into the dangerous range. You do need to be aware of that. That's your 7-day forecast for southern Tennessee. We'll check out the 7-day for northwest Alabama, and it's more of the same, except a couple degrees warmer. And you can see by Tuesday and Wednesday, for northwest Alabama, northeast Mississippi, we have daytime afternoon highs right around 99, and I can't rule out a few folks hitting 100 to 101. But as we head into the latter part of next week, we have more in the way of showers and thunderstorms, and the upper level heat ridge also weakens. So notice we're trending back toward the lower 90s by next Friday. And then as we head into the Huntsville metro area, also Athens and Decatur, it's more of the same. Once we get through the early to midweek heat, where we're talking about heat index values near and over 110, daytime highs in the upper 90s, notice we're back to the lower 90s by the end of next week. And just beyond the 7-day forecast here, next weekend, we're likely to get back to the mid to upper 80s for many of us. And we're seeing longer range signs that may be slightly cooler than that as we head into the beginning of the week following next weekend. That's long range pattern recognition, and some things can change because it's so far out. But that far out, we can look at some pattern range stuff. The heat will start to break down by late next week. There's your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock with another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.